Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Sid, aka Vicious274, coming at you with another review, and this time it's going to be, again, for Airflo rails, and this is one of the stickers that you get with your orders. It's a cool little graphic there with all the rails making the antlers. Not bad. But before I get into the review, what I wanted to tell you about is a summer tour that Airflo is going to be hosting, and they're actually going to a few different locations in the USA. They're going to be going to Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut, and I think it ends in Massachusetts. And it starts on July 6th and then ends on July 13th, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll have the link in the video description to the Facebook page so you guys can get more details on and to find out exactly where the locations are and if they're going to be near your area. But if they're not going to be near your area and you're not too far off from these locations, I really highly recommend going. As far as I know, Black River and Flatface are sponsoring it. The last event, I heard nothing but great reviews about it, so I'm sure it's going to be worth the trip to go to one of these locations. So again, check the link in the description for the location nearest you, and go to the Airflo Summer Tour. Again, starting July 6th and ending July 13th. But now, into the review, I'm going to be reviewing their rainbow rail. Now, from just looking at it, you're probably thinking to yourself, it's not really that much of a rainbow, which is true. It's more of a mild curve as opposed to a really intense rainbow curve. And I'm going to get into that a little later. But just to give you the specs first off, it's about 11 inches long and around an inch and a half high. Now, he also told me that this was cold bent. I don't really know what that means, but he said if anybody out there knows what it means, then they'll understand. And with all Airflo rails, every single part is homemade, well, except for the material. He obviously orders the material, but he makes the feet, the legs, the rails, bends them, shapes them to whatever ways that you want, because he also does custom rails as well. And he also does custom coloring for the feet and legs. I went with the orange and white fade. It's kind of like a frost. I think it turned out really well. Hopefully you guys could see that. And it also did come with the non-sliders. Now, last time when I did a review for an Airflo rail, I reviewed the shotgun rail, and I had mentioned something about a recommendation about working on the welds and just making them a little cleaner and a little neater. And I have to tell you guys, from the first rail that I got to this one, I'm seeing some major improvements, and it is awesome. Nice and clean, very well polished, and it's just amazing. Now, like I said, each part is made individually and then welded together, and the feet are perfectly straight. One's not crooked, one's not facing that way, and it is obviously flush. It is not warped or turning or anything like that. It sits perfectly flat on the surface. You can see right there, it doesn't wobble. Now, another thing with this rail, like I mentioned before, it is a mild or mellow rainbow rail, which was something that I really enjoyed. And the reason why I really enjoyed it is because I've used more of a really curved rainbow rail, and I'm not saying it wasn't fun, but I just found that with this one, it was a lot easier to maybe trick in and trick out if you wanted to, and if I wanted to use this with another obstacle, it was that much more compatible, I guess, because I could put, let's say, like a box underneath here and still have a nice sesh with the rail, like coming up the rail, landing on the box, coming from the box, going onto the rail. Whereas if it was like a really severe rainbow, it would be a little more difficult. So that's one of the reasons why I really, really enjoyed this rail. And it also has that zing sound to it, for any of you that are wondering. Now, another thing that didn't happen with my first rail, but it did occur with this one. And when you receive an Airflo product, it comes with a letter saying thank you for your order. And it also explains how Airflo rails may have a tendency to rust. I do have a little bit of rust here on the top and on the sides. I mean, it's nothing major. It's still a smooth surface and smooth grind. And Airflo does offer a rust-proof kit. Now, the reason why I didn't get it with this one is because like I said before, have their shotgun rail, and it never never rusted, so I figured I'll give it a try my luck and see how it works out. Well, unfortunately, I did get a little rust, so but like I said, not a big deal. If you guys want to get the rust-proof kit, you can. But again, it's I guess it's a hit and miss. It didn't happen with my other Airflo rail, but it happened with this one. I don't know why. It just does, and Airflo does explain that in the letter when they send your product. But again, all in all, it is a really fun rail. Again, I really had most fun was when I was putting it on another object, or obstacle, sorry, because you still get that nice curve, you get a nice down rail, or then if you want to go up, you can get a nice up rail, and then just on its own, you can do some pretty nice combos up and down on this mellow rainbow rail. And like I said before, Airflo Rails has all kinds of products. They even do custom orders, so if you have an idea of a rail that you want, you could send your ideas to Airflo Rails, and they will try your best to accommodate your request at like 100%. And I've seen some of their custom stuff, and it's really well done. So again, the company is Airflo Rails. They make awesome custom rails and already pre-made rails. Again, you can also choose different color footings. I think I forgot to mention that. They have red, blues, orange, whites. You can mix and match. He'll basically do whatever you want. So I'll have all the information in the video description to their website, to the Airflo Summer Tour, to their Facebook page, YouTube channel, so you can always be looking for product updates and be well informed on what Airflo's up to and when they're going to be coming out with new stuff. Alright guys, so thanks for checking it out. Go check out Airflo Rails and keep fingerboarding. 2 fingers, peace.